Hello, my name is Anthony. Welcome to Baltimore Racial Justice Actions, Real Talk News Analysis, ReTNA. ReTNA takes a look at current events through a racial equity lens, and helping us use our ReTNA lens is Adar Ayera. Adar, in this moment of Black Lives Matter protests, is it really different in substance or is it just symbolism?
You know what, Anthony? These Black Lives Matter protests are turning out to be a real feel-good moment for America. It's given the country a way to say, hey, we are addressing systemic racism. We are with you. Black lives do matter. We're standing with you. We are turning the corner. We are all in this together. You've seen, I've seen, everybody has seen the statements that corporations, that nonprofits, that the philanthropic community are putting out. We're seeing the signs in the windows of our neighbors, Black Lives Matter. We've seen the way in which white people are now carrying Black Lives Matter signs in protest. There is an increased white presence, white bodies across the country lining up in protest to proclaim that Black Lives Matter. But looking at it from a ReTNA lens, what we see, Anthony, is that the increase in those white bodies is all that it took for the national narrative around Black Lives Matter protests to be changed from these Black thugs in the streets to now these principled protesters fighting for change and racial justice. When we turn a ReTNA lens on this symbolism over substance, the question that comes to my mind is, what does it say? That it took an increased and visible white protests, white bodies to legitimize for the country what Black and brown people have been saying for years, for decades. I mean, Anthony, for generations. What does it take, or what does it say that it took white bodies to legitimize the message? The same media, the same people who, in seeing videos of innocent Black people being brutalized and being killed by police, the same people who were saying, but what happened before the video? We don't know what happened before those few seconds of a recording. The same people who said that are now oozing with empathy over seeing white bodies being tear gassed and being brutalized by police. That alone has changed the narrative. And that's the only thing new about this. And even that's not new, because when we go back to other movements, other pieces of the movement, right, in the 60s, 70s, we see that it still has taken white people to help legitimize the message. So is this new? Or is this just more of the same and more feel good and just the 21st century version of it? If what it takes for the humanity of Black people to be recognized is white people saying that Black lives matter, is that really substantive change? Or is that just symbolic? We have to think about that. And as feel-good a moment as America wants to make this, characterizing this as a racial reckoning, which it is not, because reparations is not central to the conversation. And without reparations being central to the conversation, there has been no racial reckoning. But in this moment, it's important to remember that the United States has always prioritized symbolism over substance. So it is much easier for us to say Black Lives Matter than it is for us to create policies that really affirm that Black lives do matter. It is symbolism to say, okay, Dixie Chicks, change your name, take the Dixie out of it. NASCAR in 2020 finally say that there will not be Confederate flags there. Pentagon and military, think about changing the names of enslavers and white supremacists on your bases. Think about doing that, not actually having done it, but just think about it. It's much easier for us to go there than to take the policy and the resource steps that are needed in order to create conditions that actually affirm that Black lives do matter by addressing the anti-Blackness and the racialized inequities in our society. And until America is ready to do that, not just willing to do that, but until they have the political will to do that, then we're just repeating a cycle that has always happened in America, no matter how good it feels in this moment. James Baldwin once said that not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And that is just as true today as it was then. And we must face these truths in order to truly move toward liberation. And that, Anthony, is the goal of a ReTNA lens. Real talk, real news analysis, my ReTNA lens.
As always, thank you so much, Adar. You can follow us on Be More Anti-Racist via Twitter to get notification of when new episodes of ReTNA arrive. And you can visit us at Be More Anti-Racist to view the catalog of episodes that we have on ReTNA. And always remember, if you're not using your ReTNA lens, then you're not seeing the full picture. Until next time.